Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming. I'm bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Crazy Trucks. This game is developed by Marionette Games, published by Prison Games, and released on November 26, 2021 for a price of $9.99. Now this is an arcade racing party style automobile game, is kind of how they classify it. In basic form, it's a very low kind of styled racing game with just a couple different game modes where you just kind of do either racing collectible things or driving around tracks. Overall, it's going to be hard for me to have a lot of good things to talk about this game. I personally am not a big fan of it. You pretty much take the premise, which I think is great, of monster trucks, and you're going to be driving around tracks, either doing different obstacles or collecting different things, doing like word searches, or just maybe it's destructible letter gathering and things while you're playing around the game. It's meant to be a party game, so you're kind of meant to be able to play this and have friends to really grind and play through. And for me, this is kind of a game that I just think that at a time with COVID and people not really gathering and getting together, is a game that kind of missed a mark maybe in the time of when it's releasing, or not having like online functionality to me is definitely hurting this game. It's a pretty basic game that to me is more directed at younger children, and especially with people not gathering and getting together, it's hard to really be excited about Crazy Trucks. Now don't get me wrong, I'm usually a pretty big fan of games that like Prison Games works with the release. I've enjoyed pretty much every game that they've partnered with the launch, but this is the first game that I really haven't enjoyed. Control wise, it's pretty basic, but it can be a little clunky at times. I definitely feel like when it comes to drifting your truck and jumping, it's not got a true realistic form as to how monster trucks really would work. Your tires don't necessarily feel like they grip in turns, and the bounciness to me is a little over exaggerated. Maybe that's intended to be what the development team wanted, was a little bit of an exaggerated experience. I get the kind of arcade-ish style, but when you market your game being an arcade racer, I'd expect a little bit of realism, but not like a complete toss away from what there is. And for me, I don't really have any sense of feeling like I'm actually driving something that is a monster truck. It feels like I have one of those plastic Hot Wheels toys that you find in most supermarkets, and I'm just kind of driving around, going as far as I can, and bouncing between different modes. As far as what you're doing in the game, it's to me fairly basic. Um, but it's I don't. I'm trying to be excited about the game, but it's kind of hard for me. When it comes to terms of multiplayer, you're gonna need people to play with. Because if you don't have, like I said, as you can see here, I can't play multiplayer by myself. The game doesn't put in any AI players for you to race against, so you're kind of pigeonholed in a game where if you don't have people to play with, you're gonna be on your own. And even in my time playing, I haven't even figured out how to really add any AI racers to be playing against me. It's just me every time I load into the game. Now, it's, sad to me, or unfortunate to me, like that a game that could have some basic integrations, all I can really do is this same stuff that I'm doing over and over. The controls seem mapped in the proper way, but I just don't have, you know, anyone to really play or interact with. I get some very basic controls, and if you're a gamer by yourself, like there's not a whole lot here in the package. You're just gonna be playing and running a solo monster truck by yourself. Kind of grinding achievements. If you're wanting to do this game for achievements, it's not a game that's overtly impossible. You can do things with multiple controllers, but if you're looking for a game to have some fun and really enjoy with, I think this is a game that's honestly probably worth passing, unless you just want to idle and grab, makeshift Scrabble letters to spell crazy trucks or do some basic achievement stuff. But for me, this is definitely a game that I'm going to highly recommend that you pass on. I'm not even going to really recommend waiting for a sale. I just think that it's a game that, if they do an update, I'd love to revisit and maybe have a different opinion. But like, there definitely needs to be some AI integration. There needs to be a little more tuning as far as like how the trucks and stuff interact and work in the game. And it just seems like you know, there was good intentions here, but the intentions just didn't really deliver the mark in terms of the game that we're presented with. Overall, though, this is Crazy Trucks. If you have any differing opinions, please let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed our content and want to see more, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We will catch you next time, and have a good holiday.